Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Ask SplitSuit a Question. I'm James SplitSuit Sweeney here for thepokerbank.com, and today we're going to answer one of your questions. So today's question comes from Jesse C, and Jesse says, "Hey SplitSuit, I have a general poker question. What would be your advice for a player who has been reasonably profitable for quite a sustained period of time? Would you recommend playing for a backer, or just look to build your own bankroll on your own?" So Jesse, that's a great question, and there's a bunch of things that you have to consider in a situation like this. So first and foremost, it sounds like you're a proven winner, and that's obviously a great thing. And then if you're considering going with a backer, I would always ask, why? What's the benefit in that situation? So obviously what a backer would normally bring to the table, and for those of you that don't really fully understand this, a backer is someone who fronts you essentially your bankroll, and usually they're helping you get to higher limits. They get a percentage of your winnings, and obviously the exact deal is always worked out specifically between you and your backer, and it can certainly change from person to person, but that's kind of what backing is. It's kind of an ability to play on someone else's money, either partially or fully, in an effort to get you up the limits, and obviously at that point it's really just a math decision. So there's a bunch of things that you need to consider with a backer. Now obviously they do offer capital, and capital is great, but you need to look at the deal. Are you going to be getting 50%? Are you going to be getting less than that? Are you getting less than that for a period of say the first 50,000 hands and then it changes? Does your percentage change based upon your exact win rate? All those things need to be hammered out in advance. You need to know all of these things before you even get started. But other than just capital and percentages, there's other things that your backer can or should be bringing to the table. Things like coaching. Are they going to go over your hand histories? If so, how often? Are they going to go through your database? If so, how often? Do they have a specific coach for their stable? Do they put you in contact with other people that they're backing so you guys can start to create a little network and start to kind of help each other? So it's more, and it should be more than just money and percentages. There's other things that you want to look for in a backing agreement, in a staking agreement, in anything like this. So make sure you hammer out all these details with your backer first. Even when you're just in the should I or would this be a good fit for me, definitely make sure you talk with a couple different backers, feel out the deal, and see if that's going to fit well for you. Some backers may require you to play a tremendous amount of volume, and maybe that's unreasonable for you. Or maybe you think that by hitting that volume, you're going to take a major hit on your win rate because you're not going to be as focused for those last couple of hours, those last couple of hands. Factor these kind of things in first and be honest with your backer. I cannot stress that enough. I've done staking in the past as far as getting staked and also staking others. I've done the same thing in cash games. And you need to kind of have a very, very open, honest conversation with your backer before you even get started. What are they bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? You guys kind of figure out a deal. It's going to be personalized to you, ideally, and then you go from there. But again, you still have to factor, is that going to be the best bet versus just continuing to play on your own money and building your bankroll the traditional way, which is solely on your own play and your own bankroll. So me personally, I usually prefer playing on my own money. It's just more comfortable for me. You're a proven winner. Just keep building your own bankroll. You'll get there when you get there. But getting a backer is certainly a valid idea. But the big thing that I'm going to stress here is an open and honest conversation at all times with a backer, but just have open and honest conversations early. In the interview process, when you're considering a backer, talking about the deal, understanding everything. Most professional backers are going to have some sort of contract, so be prepared for that. Make sure you read it really well. And then just in general, open and honest conversation in these situations. That will make it a really, really healthy relationship with you and your backer, and that's what you always want, especially when it comes to money. So hopefully that kind of gets you started in this situation. As to which one you should personally do, I can't tell you. That's totally based upon you and the math that you run out in this situation. It could be best, it could be not so good. But just in general, now you know what to consider in these situations. And again, an honest and open conversation is going to be the best policy in this situation at all stages of your backing relationship. So Jesse, thanks for the great question, and hopefully that gets you started here. And if you or anyone else has a poker-related question, feel free to leave it on our Google Plus page. I'll leave a link for that in the description box. And please make sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this type of video. So same as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Otherwise, good luck out there, and happy grinding.